Today we are going to learn how to connect to other database. So we have seen actually how you can see the database server which is already connected to your Pega database. If you want actually, like if some other database need to be connected with the Pega, how you can do that? So now actually we are connecting Oracle Express Edition. Okay, so if you see you have a connection. Okay, so you can see Oracle Access System. Okay, so if you can see the like what are the parameters, actually like before connecting any external database, we should know what is the service, what is the port, where it was installed. Okay, we need the JDBC URL for it. Sorry, yeah, it's recorded. Okay, so if you see, you need actually host name and what is the port number and what is the SID of it. Okay, so that is the XE. So this is actually Oracle Express Edition. Okay, and one thing you need to consider, one more thing is you need a JDBC. Like if you say like there is a jar file which is actually accessing, that is called as drivers, database drivers. To connect with this database to another system, you need a drivers as well. So first thing is you need these details, and then you need to know about what is the drivers for it. So if you can go to your drive, okay, and then you can see in the SQL developer in the JDBC folder. Yeah, here in the lib folder, here the drivers of it. Okay, OJBDC6. So this is like we have Oracle 11G. So this is the version we have to use as a driver into that. So this actually like it was like because it was there in the SQL developer folder. SQL developer is working. If it is not there, SQL developer will also not work. It will not able to connect to your database. Okay. So what you have to do now, you have got your what is your host name, what is your SID, and the drivers. Now what you have to go is where you have installed your personal edition, or actually like if your Pega is where it is installed. Okay, so you have your Tomcat. Okay, you have your lib. Okay, there you need to copy that the driver. Okay, once you need to copy that. If you not copy that, it will give you an exception that the driver not found. Okay, and the second thing you need to do is you need to give in the web app. Okay, you need to go to the PR web folder, web INF folder. You have this wave. Okay, not in the wave, sorry, it will be in the classes tab. Okay, there is a file called as prconfig. Okay, if you open that prconfig file, there you need to provide the driver's path. Okay, so you open that with the notepad. Okay, when you see the first time, actually like if you can see this line, this is commented now. Okay, the first time if you will open the prconfig file, it will be commented. There actually like there are two drivers are mentioned, one for SQL Server and one for Oracle. Okay, so what actually you have to do is you have to copy that one and move it up here. Okay, so now you can see like we are using Pega rules, Pega data. So there actually like we are using JDBC of, so that details are mentioned already here. Okay, and then for Oracle and SQL Server, we are providing that we are going to use this class. Okay, for drivers. So now what we did, we are copied that drivers into the folder where it is required in the class path, and then in the prconfig file we set the drivers for that path for the drivers is also set now. Okay, now we have done the pre-configuration which is required for it. Okay, then we need to go to the personal edition.
Is there anything to change here?
No, yeah, I copied this one here.
Already.
It was not there before.
Okay.
I moved it here. I did like here it was commented this all part was commented. If you can see, this all are like, if it part of this means that is comments, okay, and there actually if you see, this is actually like in a different color. So I'll move from there to here, so that actually it will pick it up, okay,
From down to
top, okay. So it was here, it is commented here, so it will not pick it up. So it need to be picked up, you need to move up and put it at the top of that. And after you're making changes, you need to restart your server. If you are doing all these things, you need to restart your Pega server once more. Okay. Now actually I have already done that and don't need to restart once again. Now we have to go back to where actually we start the server. Okay.
because the done button is coming there.
No, actually like I pressed control. Okay, now we have done the pre-checking of actually what you need for Oracle Express condition. Then what you have to do is you have to create a database connection. So you can go to your system admin. Okay, there is two rules. You can see the database and database table. If you click onto the database, it will show you the instances which is created for different schemas. So Pega rules and Pega data. So that will be an existing one. Actually, I have shown. Actually, we have connected in the log file. We have two connections already, right? Pega rules and Pega data, and then we have added a new one onto that. So first time it will be not displayed. So we are going to create a new one, or actually you can see that what are the things it will be there into that. It will be open the same rule. Okay. So if you open that rule, you can get to know what are the details we need to fill up onto the database connection. Okay. So if you see in this, use JDBC URL listed. So you have three methods here. Okay. Use configuration and preference. So actually for PR like data and for Pega data, okay, Pega rules and Pega data, we use this preference. Okay. So we are defining that into the PR config itself. And then for others, mainly we go for JDBC connection URL. Okay. So here you need to keep the URL for it. So actually we are using localhost. It is installed in the 1521 portal, and this is the SID. XE is the SID for it. Okay. And then you need to provide the username and password. Okay. So username is HR, and the password you need to give that. And then this is actually like administrator for that user. This is actually like, because maybe your database contain many like schemas, so we are using one schema, HR schema from that. Okay. And then once you like given these values, you can do that test connection.
Something for the database.
Sorry.
Database connection.
Yes.
That you have.
I have created that in user actually there into that one. So if you see here in the database, okay, you can see in, okay, so you can see in the access you have multiple values. Okay, you have users, actually multiple users are here. So one of the user is HR. Okay, within the HR you have multiple tables: countries, department, employees, job history, jobs, location, regions. Like that you have multiple tables are there. Okay. So if you say that you are successfully connected to the database now. Okay. So this is the one way of like, okay, now your connection is successful. Now one thing you can do is you can create how you can map the tables now. Okay. For that, like Designer Studio provided one more schema. So if you can go to the data model, okay, classes and properties, you need to go for database class mapping. Okay. Actually the this page will open. It will list down all the tables present in the system, and if you can want to map a new table, okay. So now it is the option new external data table class mapping. Click onto that. It will open a new model window for you, and then it will ask you which database you want to use. So we have created an XCHR, okay, and there we have the schema name is HR, and if you click onto that, it will give you which all tables is there in that one, okay. So directly like it's getting from the Oracle now. Actually this is not related to anything to Pega, okay. So everything actually like is created separately into that database. So if you say here jobs, okay, click onto that, and where you want to create that one, in which rule set you want to create that. So if you say you want to create that into in the same rule set, so you can go for that one, or you can create in other layers so that you can use that in multiple places, okay. So you can see that one, it's actually like E by, okay. I want to create that in E by, okay. So that will be at the top level, so I can reuse that in multiple places, okay. So now you can see you have 4 columns into that, and the job ID is the primary key into that one. So actually it picks up all the values into that one, okay, and then you can submit that. Once you submit that, it will create the class like data class of E by data jobs, okay, and then it will create all the properties into that, and it will create a mapping actually from the database to Pega database properties. The column will be mapped to the properties in the Pega, okay. So once the class will be formed, you can see in an external mapping tab into the class. So where you can see all the 4 columns is mapped with the properties of Pega itself, okay.
This class name is not by default.
That E by data jobs is created now, okay. So it will create a new instance actually DB table, data admin DB table. So if you want to see that, so this is actually like it's created a new database table instances for it, okay. There you can see the schema name and what's the table name, and you can test the connectivity. It will show you that it's used the hr.jobs from the Oracle, okay. So here you can see it is mapped with the hr.jobs, okay.
That server is down. Then
Server is up. Server is,
But in case the database
if server is down,
then what will happen when we will do the test connectivity?
it will not able to connect that one. It will give you error. Actually, like database is not there, it will give you test connectivity error in that time.
So we can track it from the clipboard or tracer, from where we will track that?
You need to like there you need to check the database is up or not. This one you cannot test it from a tracer or anywhere.
On live, right?
Yeah.
On running live.
Done that, like the mapping is done. So for external database, either you can use obj methods or you can go for RDB methods. Like obj methods actually like mainly used for the internal tables, and there are actually like some benefits of using the obj tables, okay. So which is actually providing you like deferred saves and other features are there into that. But somehow actually if you have some like complex queries, you need to write stored procedures, then we go for RDB methods, okay. So for this purpose we are going to check how we can get the RDB methods for it, okay. So for RDB we can go to the same App Explorer, okay. We need to write an activity. We need to create Connect Sql to be that like it will be connected to the relation database, okay. And then we can use that same Connect Sql into the activity using the RDB methods. So that we are going to see now. So now if you see, if you open the class definition for the same class which is created by Pega, you can see in the keys column you can get the job ID is actually like treated as a column into that, and into the external mapping you can see all of the columns of the table is mapped with the property of the Pega. Okay. First we are going to create a Connect Sql for it. So for creating a Connect Sql, you can go and click create. So that will be part of a connector. So integration connector, you can go for Connect Sql. Okay. So when you give a Connect Sql name, what are the things we need to give? We'll see now. So once actually we'll start that or give the name of get jobs. Okay. Okay. And then we need to give that for which class actually we are giving that. Okay. So this Connect Sql is related to by data dot jobs. Okay, jobs is actually in full form. Okay, and then is the package name. Okay, what do you mean by package name here? Package name is you need to define what is the type of your database. Like if you are using a SQL server, you are using Sybase. Okay, you are using Oracle. What type of your Connect SQL you are going to connect that one? So you need to provide that. Like we are going to use Oracle for it. Okay, so we need to give the package name as yeah, it's case sensitive also. Okay, you need to provide the package name here. Okay, so here once you click onto that, it will open one more window. There you have option of, so if you can see there is multiple windows are there. So you have open. Open means you want to write some one item only. You want to, like if you have obj open, then actually you want to get just one item, then actually you can go for open method. Okay, RDB open. Okay, when you want to delete, actually you want to delete some items, then we go for delete SQL queries here. Okay, it's actually save. Save is your update. If you want to do anything, we go for obj save. So same thing. It's like the method is that, and then in the browse you can write actually like the multiple rows can be written from that. So there is a list, like obj list method is there. So the replica is RDB list. So if anything you want to do with browse or any other purpose, you can go for browse one. Okay. So here we are going to write our query. So we are going to create a browse RDB list method. Okay. So we are going to use in our activity RDB list for the same. So if you say
for establishing the connection or the word open?
Open is actually just for single row.
Row.
Yes, single row. This is actually like in browse you have multiple rows.
So open is same like a select query, right? Select chart.
Yes, select like for single row will be written from that.
Where customer ID equal to something.
Like if you have that option, right? Object obj open or obj open by handle. So you have a specific key and you want to open that one. So then actually you can go for obj, RDB open. If you want to list, you can go for browse. Okay. So if you see, actually you have multiple rows. Actually, you can just take the name of that. So if you see, you want job ID. Okay.
Do you start?
No.
You don't use start?
No. We need to give because actually like this is star is not supported.
Oh.
Because this is actually like the map, right? Actually like it not do that mapping. It need to be mapped onto that one. So which is better that you should use the okay from. So here actually there is a log. Actually in place actually we use don't use the name of the DB table. In normal DB query use the name of your query, right? Your table in there. But here we should use the name of your class. Okay. So we have e by okay, data. Then you have job. Okay. So we should close this. So once you have created your Connect SQL, how we can use that Connect SQL now, right? For that purpose, we are going to create an activity and we can see how our Connect SQL is working onto that one. So for that, we are going to create a activity. I've given the name of the activity at getJobsDetail, and it's going to create it into this class. Okay. Create and open. So first thing, you need to mention about that which all pages you want to use. Okay, job details will be of the code Pega list, and the results will be of the same data class will be there. So go back to the step, and when you give the when method of RDB list, here you need to give the what are the things you want to use of that RDB list. So we have created the name of Connect SQL. We need to check that the name of that. So it's actually get jobs. Okay. So you need to give the name as get jobs. Okay. In Access, you need to give the same as Oracle. Okay. And the class name, you need to give the same in this class name. Okay. And just want to fetch 10 records as of now. Okay. And the browse page, you can give that jobs detail. Okay. Yes, that's right. So actually we are actually like it's going to list that in the same page. Okay. So we have given the name of the same page. So that's actually like some of the advanced concept. Actually we want to do apply declarative or running parallel. So that we are not touching upon now. So once actually you have done that, save it. Okay. If there is an error, it will give you the error. Otherwise, it will save properly, and then we can test it out. Okay, it saved successfully. Then in the Externl tab, you can go for run of it. Okay, I want to use the tracer. Okay, and then after running, we can see the other part of clipboard. Okay, in the clipboard, the result will come into that. Okay, so it says that your activity runs successfully. Now you can go to the, you can see once a tracer. Okay, in the tracer you can see it runs only that method, so it's there. And then we can go back to clipboard, and we can see the page. Actually, we have created jobs details page, so we'll see that page. What is the contents out of it? So if you see, we have created jobs detail. Okay, so in the job detail is the class of code Pega list, and then within the class it's created PX results, and all the PX results we have given the maximum 10, so that the 10 rows are getting fetched from there, and we have got 4 rows. Okay, so if you can see, it fetches the values, everything is getting done from that. Okay, so this is actually you can, like you have used, like you have learned how to connect to a database. Okay, and what is actually like you can do in Pega first, and then you create a Connect SQL statement, and then an activity to use that Connect SQL, and finally we have checked that the results from clipboard and tracer. Okay.